Welcome into our final edition of the Davidson Wildcats Coaches Corner presented by Atrium Health. Matt Present, joined by Scott Abell as always. And Coach, as we wrap up the 2021 spring season, your team accomplished so much. The first ever FCS playoff appearance, winning the PFL championship for the first time, beating the first ever ranked opponent. How do you put into words what this season has been like for you and your team?
Well, listen, I don't know if you can actually put it into one or two words, but when you reflect on where this program has come from, how far we've come, and then the things we were able to accomplish during this season of life, right? When we talk about the pandemic and the struggles, and I'm beyond proud, right? I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the trust and confidence by our Davidson community here, our leadership here on campus. I'm thankful for the trust and confidence that our players have in each other and our staff and the families. And I think we'll all look back and some of us 10 years from now, right, when we're getting a little closer to retirement, and others 20 years from now, but just really just be incredibly grateful for the opportunity we were given, and then really proud of how we took advantage of it, and that's what we did, right? We kind of stuck to the course. We trusted the process. We thought year three, after our first 2 years, we had a shot, right, to be good, to have a special year. And I'm just really, really proud of our guys that we can make it happen.
As we've talked about throughout the year one was really about changing the culture. Year two, the defense came a long way. In year three, what was the area that you felt like your team grew the most?
Well, I think the area we probably grew the most is learning how to win consistently, right? And we had the toughest schedule this program's played in the modern era of football, right? Of our 7 games, right? I mean, 4 of them were scholarship teams, and then a 5th one was San Diego, who dominates our league, right? And so, and we had to win some tough games, and we had to win with some very young football players. Okay. And so I think the area we grew is we learned how to win consistently. I thought year 2, we certainly established a program. We learned how to win. Right. But learning to win, then learning to win when you're not your best and when you're younger than you should be. And this was the youngest team we've had since I've been here. Okay. And so that's what I think, we'll take away from this is that we took that next step, how to win the tough games, how to win when we weren't at our best, right? And how to be a championship program. And now, the next step for us is now how do you consistently repeat that, right? How do you keep yourself at this level? And that's not always easy, right? But right now we're going to enjoy this, right? You can tell I'm still hoarse from Saturday. We're going to enjoy this, and when our guys let them catch their breath, and then as June gets closer, we'll focus on, okay, here we go. Year 4, it's time to take that next step.
The PFL League honors started to roll out on Monday. Jonathan Hammond named the Defensive Rookie of the Year. What impressed you most with his play this season?
Listen, Jonathan was dominant at times in our league and in our schedule. We knew Jonathan would be a good football player. We had him in camp, and fell in love with him at camp. And he's a great story on why you go to camps, right? Jonathan plays in a fairly small high school program, right, that we knew about, and we liked his film, but he played in a lot of positions, right? And so evaluating him wasn't always easy. And then he came to camp, and he was special. So we knew he had a shot. We just didn't know how quick that, he'd be able to catch up to college football. And he caught up really quick, and what a huge impact he had for us, right? And we needed it. Chi going down early, right, really set us back. And we lost Solomon up front on the defensive line. Jay Reed missed half the year. And so he became a very steady presence for us on that defensive front. And man, what a year. And looking, what do the next 3 years look like for him? I'm really excited.
Well, the other honor announced on Monday was that you are the PFL Coach of the Year. I know you say it's about we. I know you don't like all the attention, but we have to recognize it and the job that you did this season. And I know it's a staff award. Where do you feel like your staff kind of evolved over the course of this season, and where you were able to kind of make an impact all across the board, not just on the players, but the staff as well?
Well, you said it. This is a whole staff. This is a whole program award, right? So when a coach is recognized, right? Coaches who don't have great support systems by them, who aren't surrounded by talented and dedicated people on the field with their rosters and their staff, they don't win these awards, right? These awards are won with people and not by one person. So very grateful for all that, and for our staff specifically. Watching our staff grow over these last 3 years, when we arrived here, and I say we because I look at guys who came with me, like John Berlin, our defense coordinator. He's been with me since we were 24, and huge part of this, right? It's like a co-head coach, and then you got Steven Jackson, Vince Munch, who both were with me at Washington Lee, been with me for some time, and but then we surround our staff with young guys, right? That didn't have a ton of experience, but we knew had a lot of passion and could bring something else to our staff that maybe we didn't think we had. And we knew we could mold and shape them into being what this program needed, not what we needed. And here we are 3 years later, and man, how they've all grown, right? The impact they each make in their position rooms, in their roles, and with our program. I'm so grateful to have the group of men and people that surround our program daily that are just unbelievable mentors for each and every person in our program.
As we look ahead to next season, Coach, the class of 2025 was announced shortly before the spring season here. We haven't talked about it a lot, but what stands out to me are that the players that you've brought in have come from all over the country. Is that what stands out to you as well?
So certainly, we definitely put a national footprint on our program. Okay, we felt that was really important when we arrived here, so that was a goal. With our elite academic mindset in our institution and our degree, we knew we just couldn't recruit regionally and fit our needs. And so expanding that footprint was important. And, California is our number one state coming in next year. And so that tells you where we're headed. But the entire country is important to us, right? We got to continue to find those guys from Texas to California to Florida to the Northeast to Ohio, the Midwest, right? Continue. And this kind of publicity we got this year, getting on a national stage, right? Playing the type of schedule we played, getting the press we got, right? That's going to help us grow even further. And we're excited about that. We talked about that in our recruiting meeting this morning. Coach Porter, our recruiting coordinator, kind of led with that. Like, hey, let's remember, how we've got, we're a young program. So seeing some of these young recruits really take off and have the kind of years they had when you look at, we talk about Jonathan Hammond already, right? But we talk about like other freshmen or even sophomores, young guys that had impact, Mark McCurdy, right? You talk, Tyrese White, right? Then you talk about Caden Jenkins, right there from the state of Alabama, right? And Dylan Sparks, another sophomore. So talking about those young guys, they're from all over. And man, that's exciting for our program. I think it makes our experience very special here. They learn from each other. I'm proud that's who we are. And it says a lot about our institution and our program.
Finally, Coach, you talked about playing VMI next season when we talked in postgame on Saturday. What else can you tell us about how you go about scheduling as you return to fall play and what you're most looking forward to leading up to next year?
Well, there's a couple of things I'm looking forward to. First one, playing at home, right? So, we had 7 games this spring. We played 5 on the road, and so I'm really excited about getting home, getting here at Davidson and playing. And, we have six home games scheduled. I think a couple night games. We're still working on some logistics, so can't really advertise that too much yet, but that's our goal. And then when we put a schedule together, things that we're looking for, and I think you've seen this now as a theme, last year and this year, we want to challenge ourselves, right? Elon was something that was our goal. We reached out, not because, we thought Elon was a program that, we want to go get it. We wanted to challenge ourselves. We wanted to see where we were, and we did, right? Georgetown last year, same thing. And so next year, right now we're the schedule has us opening up at VMI. We're excited about that because it's another opportunity for us to measure. They're a playoff team playing on the road at their place, will not be easy, right? They are a very young football team. Okay. And they've had recent success for the first time, and they'll be really excited. Right. And I know their coach is a good friend of mine. and he's done a heck of a job. Scott Walkenheim, has done a fabulous job with that program. And so, but that's what we should do, right? We should find those challenging moments. And, for our kids, their whole core goes to their game. It's a military school. It will be a great environment. And I also look for that, right? Some environment situations for our guys that they don't always get in our league. Our league has some great crowds, but this is going to be a regional game. As you know, our staff has a lot of Virginia roots. I lived within 2 miles of VMI Stadium for about 10 years, right? So I'm excited about that trip for a lot of reasons. And then when you look at some of the other out-of-conference scheduling, you want to try to get an extra home game if you can, right? Because, we do have those travel limitations in our league. And so you're able to dress and play more people at home, and that's exciting for us. And then the league schedule next year, it's not a big travel schedule for us. When you look at, we don't go to San Diego next year. They come here. We don't go to Drake next year. So, but we do get, St. Thomas, new member of the league, coming into our league, and they come here next year. So I think it's a great schedule. It's an exciting schedule for our fan base, our alumni base. And I'm looking forward to the fall.
Coach, appreciate you joining me as always. It's been fun to watch all year and certainly a bright future ahead. Thanks again.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for everything you did for us this year. Go Cats.
Appreciate it. This has been the Davidson Wildcats Coaches Corner presented by Atrium Health. Be sure to follow the Cats online all off season on davidsonwildcats.com and on the Davidson Wildcats social media accounts.